What is up, y'all? Rise Black Man here, and today I'm gonna bring y'all my Lost World Dino deck. First of all, I want to say I can't believe that I actually finished this deck, or at least the main deck. Honestly, it's actually crazy. It's not like fully finished, but it's finished enough to where I wanted to make a deck profile on it. The extra deck is mainly the thing that I want to start touching up more, get a couple more cards for, because it's kind of expensive. But you know what? We'll end up getting it soon. I guarantee it. This deck is really fun to play. I'm so glad I was able to pretty much finish the main deck. Unlike, True King Dinos, it's kind of inconsistent at times. So this deck is just a lot of fun to play. It's just really, it's consistent enough. It's consistent enough. I pretty much, every time I test play, I don't, really break as often. And, all in all, it's just a really fun deck. I can't wait to take it to my next locals, knowing it inside and out. And just, hopefully getting a couple dubs. I'll most likely be doing a local. Let me know if y'all want to do like a locals vlog on that. Because I'd be happy to do it. Honestly, I really would be. But yeah, with that being said, I can't wait to get into the deck profile. Before I do continue though, I did make this Fierce Deity custom field center. It's kind of my first time doing it, but I can't wait to start doing some more because it honestly came out really a lot better than I thought it would. It's kind of messy, but first time doing it. Hopefully I can make a video on that as well. I kind of want to make a video on that as well, how to make a custom field center because it's really easy to do. All you need is a printer and a computer, and that's really about it. Or you could use a phone. But enough of that. With that being said, let's get into the deck profile. Okay, starting off the monsters, you got your 2 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, the boss monster of the deck. Honestly, one of the best cards in the deck. I'll probably be saying that about a lot of the cards that are in the deck, but it's definitely in the top 3. Its effect, to pop or to destroy a monster in your field or a hand, and then turning all your monsters face down defense. Plus, it does 1,000 attack to each defense position monster. It's just really good card. It's really hard to get over. I feel like 2 is the best option. You could play 3 if you want to, but if you play 3, you honestly have to play 2 Pankatrops or 3 Pankatrops and 2 Ultimate Conductor. Obviously, I'm doing the 3 Pankatrops and 2 Ultimate Conductor. But all in all, Ultimate Conductor, really great card. Just a really great boss monster to have. Next, 3 Soaring Oviraptor, the best card in the deck. You don't know how long it took me to get 3 of these. Honestly, I got 3 of these at my locals this last week, and I had to buy 2 for $10. A huge shout out to my judge slash card shop employee for hooking me up with these 2 for $2 or $2 for $10. And I got another one I got from the structure deck that I got a long time ago. That's why what inspired me to kind of make the deck. Really great card. Add a Dino monster, send Dino monster to the grave. Can set up so many of your plays. Honestly, just a really great card. And also can combo off with Lost World, which is also another really great combo extender. Next, finally, it's at 3. Or not finally, but so glad it's at 3. 3 Miscellaneous honestly one of the best cards. It's probably in the top 3. That's probably it. That's probably like the top 3 best down monsters in the deck. But Miscellaneous honestly, such a really good card. You can pop it from your hand, send it to the graveyard, and all your monsters. I believe it's all your dinosaur monsters. You control unaffected by opponent's card effects. So that's really good in general. Plus, when it's in the graveyard, you can banish it and one other monster to special summon another monster. Most likely will be either your Petite Pteranodon or your Baby Ceratosaurus or some other monster if you want. Maybe level 4 if you have that many in the graveyard. And once it's ends phase, it gets destroyed. Petite Pteranodon's effect. But yeah, just a really great card all in general. Next, play your 3 Pankatrops. Just a really great card in general. Just if you have that one thing that you have to pop, easily special summon out. If they have one monster you have none, special summon out. Use it maybe to get rid of just a really hard monster that you can't really do or you can't really deal with right at the moment. Use it, just pop it out. And it helps so much in the deck. That's why I run it as 3, and I run Ultimate Conductor at 2. I might maybe make Ultimate Conductor at 3 as well. I'm not sure, but all in all, it's just a really great card to have. Next, for the babies, I run 2 Baby Ceratosaurus and 1 Petite Pteranodon. Baby Ceratosaurus is just a really great card to have, sent to graveyard by card effect, especially summon level 4. So let's say you have maybe a Dark Hole and this in your hand, normal summon, Dark Hole, effective Dark Hole, or effective Baby Ceratosaurus, Soling Overraptor and just go from there. In the Petit Randon, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a level 4 or higher dinosaur monster from your deck or hand, I believe. From just from your deck, and but it cannot attack this turn. That's why it's really great for miscellaneous sources effect, because it's in the end phase anyway. So it'll just be used. So it's not like that part of the effect really matters. But it's just really great card to have all in general. And I only run it at 1. Next, I run 2 Overtext Squatless. I would honestly, if you're, in my opinion, the reason I really have it at 2 right now, just because I don't really have a substitute for anything right now. But honestly, I would suggest you only run one because it's honestly a brick in hand if you get it. But its effect comes in handy a lot of the times. If it's sent to the graveyard, I think anyway, if it's sent to the graveyard, you add a double evolution spell from your deck to hand, which is really useful in a lot of situations. It got me through a lot of things whenever I playtested, and as long as whenever I used it in dueling nexus. I cannot wait to use this deck in locals. Again, let me know if you want me to do a vlog for that as well. But all in all, I suggest you run 1, but 2 right now is working for me, so that's why I have it at 2. Next, I run the 1 Giant Rex. Really don't need more than 1, but he's honestly such a really good combo extender because you banish a lot. And if you banish him, you can special summon him out, and he gains 300 attack for, or is it 300 or 200? 200 attack, I always forget. 200 attack for each banished monster that is in the banished zone. But that effect doesn't really matter because you're most likely going to be XZ summoning him off, like exiting him off or linking him off. But all in all, it's just a really great card to have a combo extender for your like Dolka or your Logia, etc., etc. For your rank 4s, pretty much. Next, we do run the Dino Wrestler engine in my deck. So I have to run 1 Dino Wrestler Stegosaurus, or Stegosaurus. I always say Stegosaur. Stegosaur, really good card actually. Like, a lot of people underestimate this card, especially when running the Dino Wrestler engine. But he's a really good card to have. You can pretty much, if Dino War Wrestling, the field spell, if you banish it from the graveyard, special summon him out. Just another extender that you can have, as long as whenever he's sent to the graveyard. In any way, I believe, you can special summon a Dino Wrestler monster from your graveyard. I think I'm reading that right. If I'm mistaken, that I'm sorry. That's just going off of brain power. I don't really want to read it right now. But if you have like a Pankatrops in the graveyard, you can special summon it out whenever it's sent to the graveyard. It's a really good card. Next, I run the 1 Tyranno Infinity. It's just I can't really say why I run the card. I felt no reason to really get rid of it. I mean, you banish a lot in this deck, and gains 1,000 for each banished dinosaur monster in the banish zone. I just feel like it's a really good card to have. It's plus the rank as level 4, so you can go to your rank 4 plays or XZ plays. It's just a card to have. It's kind of a extender pretty much. Plus a really good card to have if you have like a lot of banished dinosaur monsters in your banish zone, and you need to really get over this really big monster. Honestly, just a good card to have in my opinion. Next, I run the 1 Kaiju, or Dogaran, the Mad Flame Kaiju. The only reason I have one of these is because I only had one of them at the time. Wasn't able to get one at the locals, or I wasn't able to get any of the other Kaiju monsters at the locals. If you don't run the want to run the Down Wrestler engine, then you can always replace it with the Kaiju. Get the Kaiju spell card, and just run the Kaiju engine in general. But I feel like if you have one of these, they have a card that you need to get rid of. Just special summon it on their side by attributing one of theirs, and it's just a way to get over a whole bunch of cards, especially with like cards that just can't get over at the moment. Next, that's all the dinosaur monsters. Going with the others, 2 Effect Veiler. I'm going to move these out the way. 2 Effect Veilers and 2 Ghost Ogres, just some non-dinosaur monsters to have for 1 for your double evolution targets. That's one of the main reasons. And 2, just in case you need to just have some effects that you need to get rid of. You can Effect Veiler, or you can Ghost Ogre. Just really great. Ghost Ogre, so glad I was able to get this at one of my locals because I did not have one, and I was so scared that to have a Dino deck without Ghost Ogre. Still don't have an Ash. If you have 2 Ash, that's also something you can substitute for any of the cards in the deck. I feel like, but I sadly don't have 2 Ash right now. So, but it's honestly just a really great card to have, down for your ultimate double evolution pill plays, and just if you ever need to get just negate the effect of a monster, etc., etc. All right, moving on to spells. This is a Lost World Dino deck, so we have to play 3 Lost World along with the 1 Terraforming. Lost World's such an underrated field spell. It's honestly so good on so many levels. All non-dinosaur monsters lose 500 attack points, plus anytime you special summon or normal summon a dino monster, you can, or not each time, but once per turn, if you normal summon or special summon a dinosaur monster, they get, you have to give you can give your opponent a token, and while they control that token, they can't target anything else on the field except for that token. It helps in so many ways, so they can't target, like, any of your cards or any of their cards on their field, which is one of the main parts. If they have like I can't really think of anything right now, but if they have something that they have to target, they can't target it because they have the token, and it's just a really good extender in general. It's such a good card, and that's why we call it the Lost World Dino deck, and along with the 1 Terraforming to search out the Lost World. The next 3 Fossil Dig, have to run 3, or you don't have to, but it's most like I highly recommend that you run 3. It's just add 1 level 6 or lower dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand. Just really simple like that. Just pretty much like a I can't think of the card, but it's pretty much just add to your hand. Just really good to have. Just really good to have. Next, 2 Double Evolution Pill. Such a great card, honestly. If you have one of these and you have a it's really nice looking too. I love the way it looks. If you have like one of these and you have like a non-dinosaur monster in your hand or in the graveyard, which will most likely be getting rid of like a Ghost Ogre, reuse Ghost Ogre's effect and then activate, send this, and then if you have another dinosaur monster, it's just really good, really good. Pretty much banish 1 dinosaur monster and 1 non-dinosaur monster to special summon level 7 or higher dinosaur monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, which is really good. So you can get Ultimate Conductor out whenever you need it. You can get a Pankratrops if you need it, etc., etc. Just a really good card to have, especially in the Dinos. I honestly suggest you run 2. Next, for Dino World Wrestling Engine, play the 1 World Dino Wrestling. Just a really, honestly, a lot of people say the World Dino Wrestling and Lost World Dinos is a brick, but honestly, whenever I use it, I always see it as an absolute win because it's just a really good card to have. Whether you have if you have a Lost World and you have this in your hand, use the Lost World, or use this first and then use the Lost World. Activate the effect if they have more monsters than you. Get the side sticker out, etc., etc. And then plus you have your 2 Foolish Burial Goods, to dump the World Dino Wrestling. Field spell. The next, your removal, 1 MST and 1 Cosmic Cyclone. I know it's really weird to have. Cosmic Cyclone is probably for the best, but the MST is probably confusing a lot of people. I just run the MST because 1, it's just a really classic favorite, and plus, I'm using a lot of other Cosmic Cyclones that I have in a lot of my other decks. So MST is sadly all I can do. Like I said, I never said it, but this is pretty much like a budget Dino Lost Dino deck, mostly because I'm 15, can't really get much, don't have much money, don't have a job, so gonna have to, maybe once I get a job, get a lot better cards. But for now, 1 MST and the 1 Cosmic Cyclone, works for me. Next, I would highly suggest that you rather run Dark Hole instead of Raigeki, but honestly, I just have the Raigeki in here just for fun. 1 Raigeki and then the 1 Foolish Burial for your, just to dump your Overtext for the Double Evolution Bill. Okay, going on to the extra deck. You have your 1 Dolka, one of the best. I'm so glad I was able to get it at locals. I was at locals just searching for Dino cards, and Dolka is one of the hardest ones I could find. Like, it was just one of the hardest ones to find for me. But honestly, I highly suggest you run Dolka. It's just honestly one of the staples in a Lost Dino deck. 1 Logia as well. It's just like what I said with Dolka. It wasn't too hard for me to find, but like I said, it's kind of a staple. 1 Exoton Knight. Just a really great card to have. I haven't used it yet, like any of my testings or anything like that. But dueling nexus, testing out. But I feel like it could come in handy a lot. Just a really great card to have. Next, 1 Paguska for stalling, in case you brick and you just need to stall for a bit. 1 Tornado Dragon, get rid of, the spells that they have, spells or traps that they have, any that are troublesome. then the one Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon. I wouldn't suggest you run it, but just another rank 4 that I have that, just I had to spare, so I decided to add it in real quick. That's all the XZs that I have. There's a lot more that you can add, and I suggest you do add, but this is a budget deck, so the extra deck sadly isn't finished for me yet. But next, for links, only 3 that I have right at the moment. 1, Pentastag. Pentastag is such a good card to have, honestly. It's crazy. Like, you can OTK with this card. If you link summon it, then you get your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno out. If they have all their, you can activate its effect, all the cards in defense position. Then if they're, attack, it can honestly OTK. It OTK'd in one of my test things with it. So honestly, it's just a really good card to have. And then the one, I always forget this card's name. Reprodocus. I think I'm saying that right. I'm sorry if I'm not. I honestly just got this card not too long ago at my locals. I got a lot of the cards that I need at my locals, but I haven't really used it yet. But I heard it's really good in this deck, and I can't wait to really figure out what it is or how I can use it in certain ways in this deck. But honestly, it is a really good card for Lost World Dino deck. Next, and then last, the one Warlord Dragon, just level, or my bad, link 4. Just honestly, just everybody knows what Warlord does. It's just honestly one of the staples in links in general. If you have Link Monster, you have Warlord. If you run Link Monsters, you have to run Warlord, which is crazy because I didn't have Warlord for a while. But if you have any Link Monsters, Warlord is just one of the best ones to have, in my opinion. And then you got the 2 tokens, because you're gonna be summoning tokens a lot in this deck, so always good to have 2. Might add a couple more if I'm being honest. And yeah, that is it for the Lost World Dino deck. That's all I have for right now. Honestly, just a really great deck. I can't wait to finish it. I can't wait to take it to locals. Honestly, I have a really great feeling about it. I have a feeling it's gonna be fun. I have a feeling if you ever want to make one, everybody knows what Dinos does, but honestly, if you ever just want to have fun with the deck, that can honestly stand up against the meta a bit, and it's kind of not too cheap, but it's pretty cheap. I didn't spend like a lot on it. So honestly, if you want a deck that really can just handle itself against the meta, along as just a really fun deck to play, honestly, I suggest Lost World Dinos. Yeah, guys, but I'm Res Black Man. I'll catch y'all in the next profile. Again, let me know if you want to see the vlog for the locals. Maybe you can get some dubs at locals. Maybe you can get that Dual Devastator if they are offering that. I'm pretty sure they are at the next locals. And again, let me know if you all want me to make a video about how to make these custom field centers, because they're really easy to make and I wouldn't mind making it. But yeah, with that being said, I'm Res Black Man. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.